Hey, welcome back to WTF Games, where I take a look at the weirdest and the craziest games ever created. Hey look, I made it to episode 2! Yeah, I lucked out. Shortly after my Stinger review, I found another WTF game on my own. And while it's probably not as crazy as Stinger, it's still pretty weird. Let's take a look. While browsing through the Wii Shop one day, I came across this game. Eduardo the Samurai Toaster. Eduardo the Samurai Toaster? Never in my life have I thought I'd see those words put together in a title. Eduardo the Samurai Toaster. You just have to play it just to find out what this is all about. Eduardo the Samurai... How do you make a game like this? How do you come to this conclusion of Eduardo the Samurai Toaster? I mean, even stranger, how do you sell a game like this? Yeah, we created a game. It's called Eduardo the Samurai Toaster. It's about a toaster who is a samurai, and his name is Eduardo. Stop right there, you had me at toaster. Here's your money. And I can't even tell you how wrong this is. I mean, isn't Eduardo like a Spanish name or something? And he's a samurai? Plus the fact that he's a toaster! I'm not going to try and justify this any further. Let's just play it. Well, there he is, Eduardo. He looks so happy, doesn't he? Kind of reminds me of The Brave Little Toaster. Yeah, remember that movie? You start out in this place the game calls the hub. Rather than having opening credits and a title screen, you walk to the right and the credits are sort of nailed to some posts. It's pretty creative, I guess. Also, there's a sign that displays the controls. And apparently there's also a multiplayer feature. Once you've played through the game, you can access all of the levels. You can choose your difficulty. It pretty much regulates how much damage you take. On Crazy Hard, you die in one hit. Then you choose your number of lives. So if you've had a bad day and want to blow off some steam, just pick easy with infinite lives. The game is pretty much a platforming sort of beat 'em up, where you try to get to the end of the level while plowing through everything in your path. Most of your enemies are these weird, multicolored, rectangular faces. I'm not really sure what they're supposed to be. The red ones kind of look like Frylock from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Get used to them though, because you need to fight off 1 billion of these little bastards. Then you got these carrots that chuck spears at you. Sure, why not? Also bees! Lots of bees! There are stronger enemies that are sort of like bosses, though the game doesn't really treat them like bosses. They just kind of show up at random. They include these larger bees, the evil floating head of the Rocketeer, and this mango. Yup, another fruit boss. What's up with his face? Then there's this floating mango-shaped robot. I call him Mecha Mango. Your main weapon to fight off this horde of random characters is bread. Or I assume that's bread since, you know, you're a toaster. You can also whip enemies with your power cord and throw items. Along the way you can pick up other weapons like this machine gun, which is also your weapon in the flying stages. Yeah, apparently Eduardo can fly also. You got this triple shot, scattering bombs, some kind of explosive attack, and these seeker missiles. There's also one other weapon, and you can only get it in this stage. A Segway scooter with a mounted laser cannon. Okay, let's stop and really look at this. You're a living toaster named Eduardo, trained in the art of the samurai, riding a Segway, fighting off enemies with a laser gun. This is one of the craziest images I've ever seen. So crazy that it in fact goes full circle and becomes awesome! Seriously, this is one of the coolest weapons I've ever seen in a game. Even Mecha Mango is powerless against it. The only problem is you can't take it with you. Now I have to say I really like the style of this game. First off, the music is really cool. Also, the art styles of each level is really diverse and interesting. But what's up with this level? Did they forget to finish drawing it? Or did I get sucked into that AHA video? Sorry, I couldn't resist. Alright, I better wrap this up. Well, that's about all I could say about this game. How would I rate it as a game? Well, overpriced. Yeah, I think 800 Wii points is a little steep for a game of this caliber. Although it is pretty fun. Maybe the multiplayer makes it worth a little more, but honestly, I wouldn't have paid more than 500 for it. But, oh well, it's still a pretty good game. If you'd like to check it out, you can find it in the Wii Shop. That's about all I got for today. Still taking requests. Go to infinitebitsconvention.com, and here's hoping for episode 3. Until then, this is Rob signing off saying,